Hello, and welcome to English for Everyone, where we practice real-life American English. Today we're going to learn to avoid some important mistakes, so let's get started. First, this is not correct.
Which is very important because if you travel to a foreign country, sometimes the roaming fees are impossible.
I cannot say the roaming fees are impossible. We cannot use the adjective impossible to talk about prices or fees. We can say the fees are high or the fees are expensive. If I talk about prices, I can say the prices are high or the prices are expensive, but I cannot say the prices are impossible or the fees are impossible. They're possible, they're just high, they're just expensive. First, let's practice with fees. Are the airline fees high? That's right, the airline fees are high. Are the airline fees expensive? That's right, the airline fees are expensive. But I cannot say they're impossible. That's not correct. Let's talk about gas prices. Are gas prices high? That's right, gas prices are high. Are gas prices expensive? That's right, gas prices are expensive. But I cannot say they're impossible. This is also not correct.
Marina, it's Brittany. Just wanted to drop in and say hi. Hope you're having a fabulous day. How's that?
Okay, so here she's like, she doesn't speak Brittany's voice.
Talking about AI, I cannot say she doesn't speak Brittany's voice. This is not correct. I can use the verb have and say she doesn't have Brittany's voice, or I can say she doesn't speak with Brittany's voice, using the preposition with. This is correct. But I cannot say she doesn't speak Brittany's voice. This is not correct. So when talking about AI, I can say she, but I don't want to. It's not a girl, it's a machine, so I say it. It doesn't have Brittany's voice. It doesn't speak with Brittany's voice. It speaks with a different voice. Let's practice. Does it have Brittany's voice? That's right, it doesn't have Brittany's voice. Does it speak with Brittany's voice? That's right, it doesn't speak with Brittany's voice. I cannot say it doesn't speak Brittany's voice. That's not correct. This is also not correct.
It could have been better if we dedicated that time to actual practice.
I cannot say it could have been better if we dedicated that time to actual practice. When I say it could have been better, this is a contraction of could have. It could have been better. Contraction, it could have. It could have been better. This is an example of the third conditional. So for the next part, I have to use had. I cannot say if we dedicated. I have to say if we had dedicated. This is a situation in the past, a condition in the past. We have to use had for the third conditional. If we had dedicated that time to actual practice. This is correct. So complete. It could have been better if we had dedicated that time to actual practice. This is correct. After if in the third conditional, we have to use had plus a participle. So again, it could have been better if we had dedicated that time to actual practice. Imagining something in the past that didn't happen. Let's practice. Could it have been better if we had dedicated that time to actual practice? That's right. It could have been better if we had dedicated that time to actual practice. But we didn't, so it wasn't that good. That's the idea. This is also not correct.
And it's available in so many countries, including Russia and United States and UK and China. So the connection works almost everywhere.
I cannot say Russia and United States and UK and China. Russia and China are fine because they're names of countries we do not say the. Russia and China. But United States and UK, these are special names. We have to say the. We have to say the United States or the US. We have to say the UK or the United Kingdom. So why are these countries special? Why do we use articles with these countries? Because they're actual words in English. Russia and China are just names, like Kevin and Lisa. For names, we do not use an article. So when I talk about Russia and China, we don't say the. It's Russia and China. But United States? States. That's a word in English. So we use specific the United States, or the US, or the USA. Any way you say it, we have to use the. United Kingdom. Kingdom is a real word. It's not a name. It's a real word in English, so we use the article the. The United Kingdom or the UK. These are special names of countries where we use the article the. So example, I live in the United States, and I have never been to the UK. I live in the US, and I have never been to the United Kingdom. Let's practice. Have you ever been to the US? Very good. Have you ever been to the UK? Very good. Have you ever been to China? Very good. Let's practice the question. Ask me if I've ever been to Russia. That's right. The question is, have you ever been to Russia? And my answer is yes, I've been to Russia, but I've never been to China. This is also not correct.
Hey guys, welcome to linguamarina. Today we're going to talk about learning a language in 2024. So today we're going to try some of the latest apps. A lot of them are free. We're going to chat to celebrities. We're going to practice our English. We're going to have a conversation with AI.
I cannot say we gonna. The pronunciation is we're gonna. And it's very important pronunciation because when I say gonna, that's going to. It's a reduction of going to. So it's we are going to. We are, contraction, we're. Make that sound. We're gonna. It's a very important sound because it's part of the structure. We are going to. We're gonna. Can I say we are gonna? No. If you reduce going to gonna, you have to make the contraction we are, we're. We're gonna. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. Not we gonna, we're gonna. So example, we're gonna learn English. Let's practice. What are we gonna do? Are we gonna learn English? That's right, we're gonna learn English. Not we gonna learn, but we're. It's a small sound, but it's very important. We're gonna learn English today. This is also not correct.
Who will you support during 2024 elections?
I cannot say who will you support during 2024 election. The election is specific. We have to use the article the 2024 election. We have to say the. So it's correct to say, who will you support in the 2024 election? Well, I know one thing. Obama will support Biden in the 2024 election. Again, not in 2024 election, but in the 2024 election. Let's practice. Will Obama support Biden in the 2024 election? That's right, Obama will definitely support Biden in the 2024 election. This is also not correct.
I would totally appreciate practicing English with someone like Elon Musk.
I cannot say I would totally appreciate practice English with someone like Elon Musk. After appreciate, we have to use a gerund. I cannot say appreciate practice. I have to use a gerund and say practicing. I would totally appreciate practicing English with someone like Elon Musk. Remember, after appreciate, use a gerund. Example, I appreciate you coming here. I cannot say I appreciate you come here. No, I have to use a gerund. I appreciate you coming, and I appreciate you watching this video. Now let's talk about Elon Musk. Would you totally appreciate practicing English with someone like Elon Musk? Very good. Or maybe Britney Spears. Would you appreciate practicing English with someone like Britney Spears? Very good. This is also not correct.
Okay, I'm going to type my problem. I am afraid of speaking English because people will laugh at my mistakes and accent.
I cannot say people will laugh at my mistakes. Laugh? The word is pronounced laugh. We have to use the short a sound like black cat. Laugh. Not the short sound like cup and up. Luff. but the sound ah. Laugh. So pronunciation, laugh. Laugh at my mistakes. Laugh at. Use the preposition at. Example, they are laughing. They are laughing at the monkeys. Let's practice. Are they laughing? That's right, they're laughing. And the question, who are they laughing at? That's the question. We put at the end of the question. Who are they laughing at? Let's practice the question. Ask me the question, who? That's right. The question is, who are they laughing at? And the answer, they're laughing at the monkeys. Let's practice the answer. Who are they laughing at? That's right. They're laughing at the monkeys. Remember, pronunciation, laugh, laughing. Use the open ah sound like black cat. This is also not correct.
This app is called fanchat.me.
I cannot say this app is called FanChat. Cold? Cold is I'm cold. The word is pronounced called. So there's an important difference between these two words. Called and cold. They're similar, but they're different. And they mean different things. So we need to understand the pronunciation difference. This app is called FanChat. Not cold, but called. Use the aw sound like ball and fall. Aw, caw, called. This app is called FanChat. Let's practice. What is this app called? That's right, this app is called FanChat. So keep watching for more explanation and practice with the difference between called and cold. It's difficult pronunciation. So keep watching to practice. More. Recently, one of my students, who's also a member, asked me to make a video about these two confusing words and how to pronounce them correctly. So let's take a closer look. First, let's talk about these two words. The first word is all, and the second word is old. So with these words, with A-L-L, we make the same sound. All, call, ball, and wall. We're using the vowel sound aw. How do you make this sound? It's similar to ah, like hot and stop, but it's different. So I'll start with ah because that's an easier sound. Ah. Now how do I change it? I move the sound back. I move the sound back here, and I close my throat a little bit. So I start with ah, like hot and stop. Ah. Now I change it. Ah. I move it back here. Ah. All. Call. Ball. Wall. And the L is a dark L, so tense the tongue. It's not a light L, it's a dark L. The tongue is tensed and raises up a little bit in the back. All, call, ball, wall. The vowel sound is aw plus the dark L. So if I change call with ed, it's pronounced called. Example. He called his friend today. Let's practice. Did he call his friend today? That's right, he called his friend today. Now let's do these words. Old, cold, told, fold. Here we're using a long O sound, but it changes because of the dark L. The long O is O, like no and go, or bone and alone. You hear the long O sound, O, no, go, bone, alone. Now let's put that sound before a dark L. Old. We hear how the sound changes, how the vowel changes before the dark L. Old. When you make that dark L, the tongue gets tight and makes an extra sound. Old. So pronunciation, old, cold, told, and fold. They all have the same vowel sound. Now we can compare these two words, called and cold. The first word is the aw sound, aw, called. And the second word is the O sound plus the dark L. Cold. Again, the first word, called, is more open, called, and it's back here, called, compared with cold, with the O plus the dark L, cold. It's cold. Example, it's very cold at the North Pole. It's always cold at the North Pole. So we hear both sounds in this sentence. It's always cold at the North Pole. When I say always, I'm using the aw sound like called. And ball and wall, always. It's always cold at the North Pole. With cold, we hear the long O plus the dark L. Cold. It's always cold at the North Pole. Let's practice. Is it always cold at the North Pole? That's right. It's always cold at the North Pole. So remember the different pronunciations of these words. The first word is called, it's open, and the second word is cold. If you still don't hear the difference, watch the video again and keep practicing. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, subscribe to our channel. And if you want to become a member, click the join button. And we'll see you next time.